Good morning and welcome to today's class. Today, let us try to understand what is travel agency and tour operators. Before going to the class, let us try to understand what are these travel agents and tour operators. When myself or anybody in the class are planning to go for a tour, either within India or outside India, you need lot of services like you need a flight ticket or bus ticket, train ticket, or you need to book a hotel, or you need to book local transfers like taxi and local trains, metro, and the entertainment services, restaurant, etc. So when you individually sit and plan all these things, you need a lot of time to combine all those services to make a wonderful package, tour package, so that myself or anybody in the class can visit a tourism destination. So at this time, travel agency and tour operators will come to picture. They actually help us to prepare a beautiful itinerary because of their experience and the knowledge what they have, which is more than an individual who are planning to book a tour, and the experience with a lot of contacts and linkages. They can arrange your tour plan very beautifully, and without any problems you can visit a destination and come back. So for this purpose we need a help of travel agency and tour operator. So let us see what is the difference between travel agency and tour operator in a simple word. In a simple word, travel agency means an agency which provides services to a tourist individually. For example, if you want only visas, they are going to arrange for it. If you want only flight ticket, they're happy to book a flight ticket. So like that, they can book a train ticket or any entertainment activities such as Disneyland in Paris or Opera Theatre in Sydney, or as simple as booking a Wonderla entry ticket. You can always approach a travel agency. So like this, travel agency take care of fulfilling your individual requirements of a tourist. So like that, tour operators combine this entire services into single package and then sell it. Tour operators will combine your air ticket, hotel booking, local transfers, for example, taxis, and the entertainment services. They make it as a beautiful package and then sell it to you. What if I approach a tour operator and ask him, I want only flight ticket? So they will definitely not do it because they concentrate on selling a package in a combined way. But the same time, if you go and approach a travel agency and ask for individual service, they're happy to help you. So this is a basic understanding how we can differentiate travel agency and tour operator. Now, if you want to understand the travel agency concepts and tour operation concepts, first of all, you need to understand the Indian scenario. In this part of the world, I'm not talking about the western part of the world, this part of the world, which includes our India and nearby countries, we have understood the concepts in a very wrong way. For example, if we are hungry and we want to eat food, we will tell our friends that let us go to hotel and have a good breakfast or lunch dinner. So which is a wrong concept what we have understood. Hotel is not a place where you can go and have a food. Hotel is a place where you can go and stay. Okay, it gives you a room, a comfortable bed, and related services. But a restaurant or a canteen ಅಥವಾ ಉಪಹಾರ ಮಂದಿರ ಖಾನಾವಳಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬರೀ ಊಟ ಕೊಡುವ ಜಾಗ. ಅದು ಡಾಬಾ ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ ನೋಡ್ತಿರೋದು ಡಾಬಾ ರೋಡ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದು ಊಟ ಕೊಡೋ ಜಾಗ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಉಳ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಯು ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್. ಬಟ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಗೋ ಟು ಹೋಟೆಲ್, they will make sure that you are placed in a good room with a good bed and you can take a rest and continue your journey. It doesn't mean that hotel will not have a restaurant or canteen. It might have it, but hotel is for a room for taking rest and restaurant is for place where you can have food. Okay, that's a misunderstanding we have. So exactly like that, we have a lot of misunderstanding between travel agencies, types of travel agencies and tour operator. Let us try to understand that. So if you can see the picture, it clearly shows different kind of travel agencies, which in this part of the world we have understood. First of all, let us see the Vinayaka Tours and Travels. I've taken up an example. So that is not actually a travel agency. Vinayaka Tours and Travels provides only taxi services or coach services. They will you can rent a bus or car with the Vinayaka Travels. That is one concept. Okay. The next one is JG Travel Agency. Okay. This can be in the any name like Nirmala Travels or Ashok Travels or PK Travels, whatever it is. This kind of travel agency will book your travel services individually. You can see the picture where in front of the JG Travel Agency, they are they will book you individually flight ticket, train ticket, bus, or they can also book a hotel reservation, room reservation, and restaurant reservation also. So this is one kind of travel agency. This is actual concept of travel agency. And we have another one, Bluebell Holidays. I've given an example, one name. You can also find this kind of travel agency where they will arrange individually all the services, like they will book hotel room, aircraft, airline ticket, restaurant, they will book restaurant and other services individually. Plus, they will be tie up with the tour operators. Tour operators, you remember what I said? They sell tour packages combiningly. They don't sell individually. So, along with selling individual packages, this Bluebell Holidays travel agency also sells the package tours of a tour operator. For example, Kesari. Kesari is one of the tour operator in India, like Thomas Cook, Cox and Kings, SOTC. There are a lot of other tour operators which will be tied up with the travel agency because Kesari cannot open offices in throughout the India. Okay, they might have in important places like Bangalore, Mysore, Hubli, Dharwad, like that. But when you go to interior places, Kesari or tour operators will take help of this travel agency so that through them they can sell their tour packages. So these are the different concepts we have in India, and you need to understand which kind of travel agency or you want to start as a career, take up as a career. So let us talk about a tour operator. We have understood the concept of travel agency here. Now, when you talk about the tour operators, we have different kinds. Once again, the concepts are very different. The Thomas Cook, which is considered as the first travel agency in the world, now it has grown up and it has become a tour operating company. So travel agency, I mean tour operator, best example is Thomas Cook and SOTC, which concentrates on sending tourists outside India. So it is an outbound tour operator, which takes care of international, or I mean foreign countries. So the second level, we have a Travel Corporation of India, and we have a Lake Passage to India. A few examples for inbound tour operator. They take care of foreign tourists who come to India, and they will manage all the services. See the difference of outbound and inbound tourism. There are a lot of requirement to send a tourist to outside country, especially for a visa processing and foreign countries policies for a tourist and other stuff. Likewise, the foreigners when visit to India, they also require a lot of the rules and regulations to be followed. So these companies will take care of those aspects. And also we have another concept, which is now it is trending. It is called as online tour operators. So Yatra and Make My Trip are a best example where you can book a tour through online. So when you're booking through online, you might not get personal touch with the customer care or salesperson. Maybe over a phone you will get, but without talking to a customer care or salesperson, you can book individually because they will be displayed what are the packages they have. You can select and book. So that is one kind of tour operator. So you can see that there are outbound tour operator, inbound tour operator, and online platform. So this is how the concept goes, travel agency and the tour operators. Now let us see the functions of a travel agency. By now, I think you have understood what is actually a travel agency means. Repeat once again, it will give services individually. Okay, you can book services individually in a travel agency. So the main functions of a travel agency is providing information. When you go and approach a travel agency, you no need to book tour immediately, but you can interact with them, communicate with them, and get more information. You can tell your ideas, they will share their experience, and between this you will get a lot of information about a destination. You might know only 10% of a destination like Mysore if you want to visit, but when you approach a travel agency, they will provide more than that, like more than 50-60% of information you will gain when you sit and talk to a travel agent. They will give information about the currencies, the visas, passports, lot of stuff, information you will get. And then the travel agency, another function is itinerary preparation. Once you share information, when you tell your ideas, and when you get information and experience from the travel agency, so that will come to the stage where you prepare itinerary. Okay, travel agency will take your requirements and they will give a beautiful itinerary, 1 day, 2 day, 3 days itinerary. In that, what and all you can do, see, experience when you visit a destination. So that's also one of the major function travel agency does. And booking, obviously, booking is for air ticket, train, the coach services, entertainment services like visiting to Wonderla, Disneyland, Universal Studio, opera houses, and lot of other stuffs which comes under a booking. And reservation is for especially for a restaurant, specialty restaurants. When you go to foreign countries, you need reservations. Even though you're in traveling in India, uh, many of the restaurants prefer to be reserved before you arrive. So they will take care of reservations also. And also they will take care of travel insurance, which is very important when you're traveling outside India. If something happens, you can insure yourself, your property like baggages. You can insure your passport also. So a lot of stuff comes into that insurance part, and the travel agency will do that for you. And currency exchange, obviously, if you're traveling outside India, you need to carry the currency of that country where you're visiting. So travel agency will definitely take care of the current currency exchange, and they will guide you. That's one of the function. And the other services, based on your tour package or based on your requirement, they will arrange whatever you request or whatever you tell them. As per the discussion, they will definitely arrange the services. So there is a very important thing to do, that travel agency which will arrange all these things for you should have a very good contact with the service providers. Travel agents is, the name itself says, are only agent. They don't own the aircraft, they don't own the hotel property, they just provide services. So they should have a very good linkages between the service providers. So you can see the screen and you can clearly see that there are a lot of service providers which travel agent will have a very good contact, or it's called as linkages between these service providers. You can see that there are airlines, which is both domestic and international. Travel agency will also have a good linkages with accommodation facilitators like hotel, motel, restaurants, lodges, bed and breakfast, homestay, etc. They will also have a good contact with the cruise companies. Nowadays, cruise travel is very much famous around the world. And we have our own cruise of India, which is called as Jalesh, which is recently started. And travel agency will also have linkages between transportation system like the road and railway. In India, we have Indian Railway. Like that, we have Eurorail in Europe and Amtrak in USA. So they will have a good connection and they will get bookings for the best price because you are regularly in a contact with those service providers. And they will also have a good contact with the tour wholesalers, which I will be discussing in coming slides, very important one. They will also have a good communication linkages with the insurance, which we were discussed in last slide, foreign travel companies, so that when you send your tourist from Bangalore to USA or New York City, there somebody will be there to take care of them. So those things also will be discussed in the next coming slides. Foreign travel companies are also called as DMC, Destination Management Companies, and banking companies also, because you need to have a lot of money to travel outside India, and those money transactions should be easy and customer friendly. So they will have a good, very good contact with the banking companies also, and the educational institutions, they will have very good company, and also government Department of Tourism from other countries, Ministry of External Affairs also, they will have a very good contact, not only for tourists but also to for a permission. You should be recognized by a government institutions so that you can do your business very good. And also cultural and entertainment organizations, like if you want to visit Janapada Loka in Bangalore, or Ninasam Nataka Samsthe in Karnataka, and also if you want to go to Disneyland Opera Theatre, which is a drama where dramas are played. So this kind of entertainment the organizations, they also have a good contacts and linkages. And also tourism association. Tourism associations are like, we have tour operators associations in India and also around the world. We have a World Tourism Organization, we have uh, IATA, we have PATA. Like that, we have a lot of tour organization and association which is related to travel agency and tour operators. This linkage is also uh, a part of tour operators and travel agency. Both will have this much of linkages together. Okay, let us see the organizational structure of a travel agency. Travel agency can be a one-man army, and to the 10s, 20s, 30 people working in a travel agency, they can be either one. So first one, let us see that how one person can manage a travel agency. The travel agent who manages individually, he also called as a freelancer. He will manage maximum services as much as he can, and he obviously will be tied up with other travel agents or tour operators, but he will manage this alone to get customers. Okay, he might book individually, he might help in booking a I mean providing getting a passport. He might book a air ticket individually, train ticket. So like that, travel agent can be individual work. When the business starts to grow, he can start a small unit, okay, with a travel agent who is the owner, and with 2 or 3 people working under him. So individual cannot do maximum things. So for that, he can hire a people either for accounts and administration work, one for operations like booking and all, and the third one may be for a sales, selling a product, convincing customers, explaining them, and making sure that itinerary is prepared well. On based on that sales agent, the operation people will book a tour. So like this, 2 or 3 people can be in a travel agent. That can be one small organization structure. And when it grows little bigger, then you can see that third picture where a travel agency can have more than 3 people up to 10. Why we need 10 people in travel agency? Because as it grows, the customer requirements also they have to meet. So people will be coming to your places depending upon where your travel agency is located. They might ask only for adventure tourism. They might only ask for a pilgrimage tourism. They might only ask for international. So like that, you can categorize it and you can appoint a person with a specialization. Okay, somebody will be there who is specialized in Indian pilgrimage centers all over India. Wherever a pilgrimage center is there, one person might be expert in that. You can appoint for them, and 1% for adventure tourism activities, 1% for medical tourism, healthcare tourism. There are a lot of categories you can do. 1% exclusively for outbound tourism, international, where he is expert in arranging visas and very good knowledge of the destination outside India. So like that. So a travel agency next third organizational structure will improvise. The owner will be there, a manager will be there under him. More than 10 people will be working who will take care of other services. And the last one is you can still as a travel agency can grow up. The last stage is I mean the fourth one, the picture what you can see, you can you can, the owner will be there, the manager will be there, salesperson, operation people will be there, and accounts people will be there, and specialized tour providers will be there, like what I said, adventure tourism, pilgrimage, medical, etc. Along with them, the travel agency can welcome the other service providers, like the people who exchange currencies. Okay, they might invite one person to come and sit in that unit. And when you travel outside India, you need insurance. There are insurance providers. They can come and sit there. And when you go to the outside country, you need a current, I mean, the mobile or the SIM to talk when you stay for 10 days and 20 days or 5 days also. So there are companies which provides a SIM, international SIM, depending upon the country where you are visiting. So like this, you can invite other service providers and come and sit in your unit. Okay, it all works on the commission basis. Nothing is free in a business. So that's like that. The last one, organizational structure, you can see that there will be a manager or a owner. Below them there will be a accounts and administration staff, and the operation team which booking will be done, and the sales team where they concentrate on selling a tour package and preparing a tour itinerary. And below them there will be other service providers like currency exchange, insurance people, or the uh, mobile companies, mobile SIM companies. This is how a travel agency structure looks like, depending upon a size of a travel agency. Now there are different types of travel agency you can identify. One is, which we have discussed from till now, whatever we have discussed is one type, where a travel agency will provide individual services like booking air ticket, reservation of a restaurant and hotel room, and booking a cab, providing a visas, all the stuff. And next one is the wholesale travel agency. This wholesale travel agents will also sell individually. They don't sell everything. For example, RIA is expert in selling air tickets. Okay, they will buy bulk seats in an aircraft, and they will be holding that. And if somebody like individual travel agency or tour operator asks for our seats for 10-20 seats, they will provide them. Obviously the margin of that will be higher side compared to original price of a air ticket. Like that, hotel.com is also there. He is also a travel agent who sells hotel rooms to a travel agency and tour operator. This is like a B2B, business to business. They will sell, RIA and hotel.com will sell those, that air tickets and the hotel room to an individual travel agent or a tour operator. So this is a types of travel agency you can see. So that's all about the travel agents in a brief way. So next, let us go to the tour operator. Now, like I said before, tour operators are those people who sell different services. They combine it and make it as a package, and then they will sell it to a customer. Okay, there is a lot of advantage to be a tour operator because he is also an agent. He doesn't own any hotel, he doesn't own an aircraft. He just plays a middleman role here. Okay, he talks to the hotel, he talks to the airline company, he talks to the entertainment company, cab company, railway, everything. He talks and negotiates the price for a very lesser price and buys well in advance. Okay, so he combines it, makes a tour package, and that package will be sold to a customer. So that's what they do. We have different types of tour operators. One is inbound tour operator, second one is outbound tour operator, third one is domestic tour operator, and we have a ground tour operator, which is also called as destination management company. Now let us see what is inbound tour operators. Inbound tour operators are those who will manage the foreign tourists who come to India, and they will arrange all the services required, including the visas. If you want to, foreigners want to come to India, they need a visa, and they will help in processing visas and getting visas, and also help in booking hotel rooms, local transfers, flight tickets, and other steps. And exactly like that, outbound tour operators will take care of Indians going to foreign. And if you want to visit USA, you need a visa, and the outbound tour operators will take care of that visas. They will take care of all the services like booking flight ticket, booking hotels, entertainment services, and local transfers, etc. And domestic tour operators are one category where they will take care of uh, tour package tour within India. Uh, and obviously they don't require to concentrate on visas because they are concentrating on uh, preparing a package within India. So that is domestic tour. And ground tour operators, which is also called as destination management company. These representatives will be there around the world. If somebody from Bangalore tour operator is sending up people, tourists to England, England will have a destination management company, because destination management company will be staying there in England and they know very well that area. So they can manage very well. If somebody is coming from England to Bangalore, Bangalore will have a destination management company where they can sell, they can manage very well because they know Bangalore better than the company who stays in England. So this is what the importance of a ground tour operators or a destination management company. Other than that, we have a specialized tour operator, types of tour operators if you talk. There are specialized tour operators like adventure tour operator. Okay, adventure is a specialized one where the youngsters, young generation is attracted very much. It has to be taken care of very well because the danger involved in adventure activities. So they are specialized in that. Wild tour operators are there, especially in Africa. If you want to see go on a safari and experience the wildlife, there are specialized. They will give you a special permits. You can visit a lot of national parks with the permits, and they are specialized in that. They know how to get those stuffs done. Likewise, we have medical tour operator, pilgrimage tour operators. You might have heard about pilgrimage tour operator, which are specialized in giving a package to the all the pilgrimage centers in India. For example, Chardham Yatra in North India, or the Manas Sarovar Yatra, Vaishnav Devi temple visit, or Tirupati temple. You can see the this kind of pilgrimage tour operators within your local area. I'm sure you have experienced that. Eco tour operators, cultural tour operators are there. Cultural tour operators, example, who can manage Dasara festival visit for foreigners. They are specialized in that. They can manage especially for cultural tour operations. And cruise tour operator are there. They sell only cruise tour packages to a customer. Wellness tour operator are there who can manage the yoga sessions or the Ayurveda therapies. Okay, these kind of therapies are famous in Mysore and Kerala. Family tour operators are there who manages specialized in a family tours, conducting a family tours, which involves the elderly people, the young people, and the kids. Okay, managing all these three generations are very difficult, but family tour operators are expert in that. Honeymoon tour operators are there, culinary tour operator, and dark tourism tour operators are there. So not only this, there are a lot of other tour operators which are operating, specialized tour operators, which you can approach depending upon your requirements. So let us see the function of tour operators. It is almost similar to a travel agency, but you can definitely differentiate the land arrangement. When you visit a destination far away from your India, like in Africa or South America, There you need a destination management company who can arrange the best possible services for you. A land arrangement includes the local transfers, which is taxi services or hotel, or from hotel to restaurant where you can have a specialized dinner or etc. So this is all comes under a land arrangement. And uh, another function of tour operator is they will have a contract with service providers. We talked about the linkages previous slides. So tour operator will have a good contract with service providers, and they negotiate the price. They get the best possible price, and based on that, they will mark up and get commission when they combine it and sell to the customer. So they will have a good profit out of that. So the vendors here means contracting and negotiating with other vendors. The vendors here means the linkages what we have discussed. The service providers for a tour operator are called as vendors. Handling of arrival and departure procedures also makes a big difference. When a tour operator manages to send 30 people from Bangalore to Australia, the arrival should be very good, where to somebody will be there, representative standing holding a board, so that they get welcomed and they feel very secure and safe, thinking that somebody is there for us when you visit a faraway country. And they will arrange taxis, they will arrange, make sure that they will reach to a hotel properly. And if it is a 6 days or 10 days tour, tour manager will be there along with them for 10 days. And then he will take care of everything. And then while departure, they will give a proper send off, and they will make sure that they are boarded a flight, and then the tour manager will go from our airport. So this entire procedure should be handled very carefully, so that the customer will come back to you for a next tour. Planning and organizing local package tours also a function of a tour operator, because like I said, they have a good linkages between all those service providers, and they will arrange it very soon. See, if you have booked a package tour, you can go beyond that package tour also. If you don't want to go to some place, but you want to go another destination or another entertainment place, these people will arrange, okay, in a faster way. Okay, if individually, if I want to book a Disneyland or other stuff, I might find it difficult, but tour operators will have a good linkages, good contract with people, and they can arrange it very easily. So that's what the meaning of planning and arranging local package tours. And escort the tourist. Escorting services are very much important, because it is very easy for you and me to travel within Karnataka. Imagine that you have been to the Germany, where people don't speak English, they speak only German. And for Indians, English is easy. So if somebody is there who can escort you for various tourist services in Germany, who can speak both German and English, so for us it will be easy for a tourist. So that is what the importance of escorting tourists. And also, obviously, tour operators will also provide you a lot of information regarding your tour packages, visas, the country's policies, rules and regulations, and other stuff. And also the costing and pricing of a package tour also matters a lot, because tour operators should meet the requirement of a customer, both in a services and also in a quoting a price. Not everybody will be able to afford a costly tour packages. They have to manage, they have to understand the tourist requirements. According to that, they have to do this process called as costing and pricing a package tour. So this is all about a tour operator. And thank you very much. I hope this class has explained you the concept of travel agency and tour operators. So if you, thank you.